I had some kind of issues, so let me double check to make sure that it is working. So let's see, UbiTubi on Ruby. And there is my live video. It's not always easy to deal with the... Let's skip the ad. All right, the audio's working. So I could see your guys' chat. So this was kind of an interesting one, is I gave him a choice of gray or green for his little tower piece here for the wall, and he said gray. I said great, but I didn't hear back from him right away if he wanted the walls gray or green. So when he finally got back to me, green walls, gray middle, and of course he has his elevator plug here as well. So let's go ahead and first check the size for the elevator plug, because that's the easiest thing to do. I sure hope I made this public. I only got one person on there. If you're on here, sound off so I know that other people have joined. Otherwise, I may have to go back. Oh, there we go. Hey, Jason. All right. So, Jason, did you get here from clicking the link on Facebook, or did you find me on YouTube? Where is my castle piece? Ugh. All right, let's go ahead and check this while Jason replies back. So, quick fit check. Fit check. And dun-da-da. YouTube notification. Perfect. So that fits pretty good in there. So there you go, Samuel. Here is your piece. First piece in the box. And let's continue on. So now I have to break these free. Break them free. So let's start with the easy one. I don't do Facebook notifications. Perfect. I'm glad you joined us, Jason. So we got to get all the supports off here to get it ready for Samuel. Let's just go ahead and start breaking these off. Oh, I need my garbage can over here. Oh. There we go. Now I got a place to put those as I break these off. It was funny. My wife the other day, we were getting ready, and I said, hey, you want to go to Olive Garden? She goes, oh yeah, I'll go to Olive Garden. I said, okay, well, let me run upstairs and get changed. And I was in the middle of breaking the supports off somebody else's piece. And I realized that we have to hurry and get going, and I got to hurry and mail the part off too. And so I handed it to her. And she's like, what do you want me to do with this? I said, start breaking the pieces off. And she did. She started breaking them off. She was a trooper. I was pretty happy that she was able to do some of the parts. I came back downstairs, like, you can stop, I can finish it. But it was just pretty funny how she decided to break some of those off for me. Ugh. It's so loud breaking these chunks off. What is that? Bridezilla? Bridezilla? Bridezell? Hey, Jinx Caliber. If I'm saying your name wrong, spell it out phonetically so I can say it correctly. The best you can. Could you do a new extended floor for my origins, for my original Grayskull back in your big printer if I send you files? Just contact me on Facebook. We'll talk about it. I don't know. It just depends a lot on the files and stuff. So if there's somebody else's proprietary work, I don't do them. If they're yours, maybe, maybe not. We can work something out. So if there's somebody else's and they have a special proprietary thing on them, then probably not, but we'll see. So there we go. You get these little chunks, these little pieces that are just stuck in there. Now I'm hoping to get this mailed off today for this guy. I told him that I would. I got one more I'm trying to do for Carrie, trying to finish it up, so I want him to get it before Christmas and for his kids. And so I've been working diligently on his. I still got some more paint to do on it. So we will see. I think that'll probably be the last ones. Because I'm out of these. I got to go make some more of these. I thought I had a bunch, and I looked in the box today. I only got 2 left in the box, so I may be able to get one more order out before I have to go make some more. All right, let's get the pliers. Get the pliers. So my kids are coming over this Saturday to watch Christmas movies. And every year, we usually watch Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And that's where I got that, get the pliers. I was thinking, get the mailman. And so my wife's like, you know, this year, let's watch something else. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out what to watch because we have little kids and adults. It has to be entertaining for everybody. And so I was kind of thinking about that new Christmas Story movie. I forget what it's called, but it's like the actors have all grown up. And I saw it on, I think it was HBO Max. I don't know. It was one of those, maybe Amazon Prime. I'm not sure which one. But give me your suggestions. What's a good Christmas movie that would be fun to watch with the whole family? Because there'll probably be like, I don't know, like 12 of us here. So, and the ages are like, well, the littlest one's not even 2 yet. I don't think she'll be interested no matter what we choose. But then we got a little 4-year-old, and we got some preteens, and then we have, of course, adults that are in their 30s. So, quite the spread. Let's see. Everybody says Jinx, so that's me as far as I'm concerned. I embrace the jinxness. Nice. Sorry, man. I think I might have started calling you Jinx all the time on here. It's so funny. I've always called my kids nicknames their whole lives. And my new grandson, he's not liking it. Like, he was running really fast the other day. And I said, let's start calling you Kid Flash. And he's like, my name. And he says his name really loud, you know. And it's like, okay. And so I'll call him different things, and he said to me, why do you always call me names? You're so mean. It's like, they're terms of endearment, dude. It's supposed to be something good and something, you know, to show that I, you know, a pet name, a nickname. But it's just funny. He's turning 5 pretty quick, and he's not getting the whole idea of someone giving somebody pet names. He thinks I'm calling him names like somebody at school would. It's funny. The new kids nowadays. Yeah, it's like it was funny too. I put his backpack on him, and it's like he was flying around his jetpack, and I called him Rocket Man. And again, stop calling me names. One time I actually even called him Spider-Man. He didn't even like that. And he had Spider-Man shoes on. He's running around with Spider-Man shoes. Hey, Spider-Man. I'm not Spider-Man. Yep, very literal, that kid. It's kind of funny. All right, well, that is looking pretty good. Now the stinky part is it's always rough on the bottom here, no matter what you do. So when you guys get these, you're always gonna have to sand the bottom, because that's where the main supports always are, and so it's always a mess on the bottom. All right, let's see what Jinx Caliber says. 8-bit Christmas? Oh yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, that one is pretty hilarious. What I liked is he did not get the... I'll not ruin it for everybody who hasn't seen it. Never mind, I'm not going to tell you the end of the movie. Not going to spoil it. But that's a fun movie. And you know, I think my older kids would probably enjoy that because it's about their age, because they were Nintendo kids. In fact, my oldest boy, he asked everybody he saw for a Game Boy. It started getting kind of embarrassing. What do you want for Christmas? A Game Boy. And so I got him oh, what was it? Well, Game Gear, we had those, Sega, the full color one, but I got him something else instead. It was the Sega, oh, it was the one that played the full-size Sega cartridges. It was really cool system. You could actually take your regular Sega games and stick it in there and play it. And it was just like the awesomest thing ever. And I said, you know, this is so cool. You can take your home games on the go. But he was so sold that Nintendo was it that I ended up trading him a Game Boy for his game system later on. And I'm like, dude, here's a little black and white Game Boy for you. Here you go. Give me that awesome Sega you got. And it was fun. I actually took the Sega to work, plugged it into our giant projector for meetings, and played some friends Street Fighter on the big screen at work as I had it in my lunch pail. And I just had an extra joystick to plug into it, and it was pretty funny. So at lunch, I pulled it out, and it was pretty hilarious. And of course, the guy I was playing, he was a little bit older than I was, and he didn't know about the special moves. And so I showed him how to kick, punch, and everything else. And then I pull out the Hyuga with Ryu, and he's like, hey, I didn't know you could do that. I said, oh yeah, there's all kinds of special moves. He was kind of like, hey, that's not cool, man. I said, well, it takes a lifetime to learn them. All right, so now the fun part, trying to get these middle pieces out. Welcome, old school. Yes, old school, cool diecast. Thanks for joining us. Just getting back into He-Man after 40. Nice. Matthew, I'm doing pretty good. Home Alone or Nightmare Before... Oh, Nightmare Before Christmas. That is a fun one. I forgot about that with Jack and stuff. I'm trying to think, though, if that's going to... Well, you know what? I think the granddaughters have seen that before, so it shouldn't be too scary. Yes, that's a fun one. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Home Alone. I just can't do that. I know it's cool and stuff, and I like this that kid in Uncle Buck, but in Home Alone it was just too ridiculous. Now I did like one of the Home Alones, the one that he used the Talk Man in when he used that to trick everybody. That was kind of a fun one. Look at that, it came out perfect. Woo! That is what the inside of this looks like. Let me get my light so you guys can see the inside of this. Where is my light? I just had it a few minutes ago. There's one on the floor. Let's see, this one's charged. This one's charged, but probably not for very long because this one's been missing for a while. See inside there? Ooh, it's like there's one little chunk left to get way down deep in there. Not that it really matters way inside there because we're not really going to see that anyway, but there we go. All right, now for the other side. It's so cool. It spirals down to like a pair of spiral stairs or something. It's pretty cool the way these go in there. See, hello, Hebrew. How's it going? James, is going pretty good. All right, so we got Home Alone. We got Nightmare Before Christmas. We got 8-Bit. What are some other good Christmas movies that I could share with the family that you guys love? Like I said, normally we watch Jingle All the Way. That's usually our family movie. You can't go wrong with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Die Hard. You know what was funny? Did you see that video of Bruce Willis? Is that his name? Bruce Willis? Bruce, oh, whatever his name is. He won some contest, and during his acceptance speech, he said, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. And I started laughing because it's kind of funny, but it's like, you know what? Sorry, dude. You're just the actor, okay? We need to hear this from the producer and the director and the writer to say it's not a Christmas movie. And even if everybody says it's not a Christmas movie, they just didn't understand. We all know. We all know Die Hard's a Christmas movie. And it did cross my mind to do that, but my wife would be like, Die Hard? Oh yeah, it's a Christmas movie. It's like Miracle on 34th Street or 43rd or whatever number that is. Look at that. See, it came out of there. Hooray. Now, believe it or not, this is the easy one to do. So, onto the walls. Sometimes the walls are easy. Sometimes they're a pain, but we will see how it is this time. Let's go ahead and check this out. Whoop. Look at that. Beautiful. Wunderbar. Let's go and turn these on. Make sure they both work. Hooray. I know it's hard to see the lights in here because I got all the lights on. They're so bright, but they are working. They are flashing. So I will stick these in the box. Now we got more parts in the box. And he ordered 2 walls. Let's see. There's a new rip-off option. Print 90 degrees, overhangs with no supports. Nice. Oh, a new rip option. There's a video on YouTube about it. Not sure what the software is. Haven't watched it yet. Yeah, I think I saw something like that. I always get nervous when I have things that are already working. A friend of mine, he bought me plastic that you actually just dip it in alcohol or alcohol vapor, and it smooths it super nice afterwards too. And I'm like, dude, that all sounds cool, but what if somebody who has a raw piece decides they want to alcohol clean it first, and they throw it in alcohol, and next thing they know, their part's melting. Melting. You know, it's like, that would be bad. So even though it's really cool, if I'm selling raw pieces that I expect them to clean, sand, and paint themselves, or sand, clean, and paint, I don't want to be giving them ones that with alcohol to dissolve, and then with a pile of plastic goo where the alcohol used to be, or where the plastic used to be. There we go. Now these ones can be kind of fun, but sometimes these pieces get flying. It's pretty crazy. Ugh. It's funny, when I was a kid, I had this Play-Doh dental set, and it kind of reminds me of pulling these pieces off, doing the fake cavity things. It's kind of funny. Oh, this one's not gonna be that bad this time. It might actually come off relatively easy. Ooh. So close. So close. Ah, you can do it. Hooray, look at that. Not too shabby. Now for these ones, my next step is to heat up this little tab and then just bend it back a little bit. If I send you one that doesn't fit right, just use a hairdryer, heat it up, and just bend it back a little bit. The reason for that is, let me grab a castle here and show you, is when I designed it, I made all the measurements off of this edge right here, and not realizing there's a slight slant to it. So when you put this on here, sometimes you can see right here, it gets a little bit tight, a little too tight, and it kind of forces it out. So just adding that little bit of heat here and then bending it, then matches this profile bend. And I was tempted to change it on the computer, and I thought, you know what, if I change that, it might add another stupid support, and it's easier just to take and heat it up afterwards and bend it to the shape I want. So, and again, if I forget to send it to you and it's tight, just take and heat it up yourself with a hair dryer. It's really easy to do, and just bend it a little bit. I made them much more sturdier than the first version. The first version just snapped right off when I first tried doing them. So I got much more stoutier ones now than the original ones. All right, another piece in the box. And this should be the last piece. Let's see if you guys picked out any more movies. Gremlins. Oh, that is one fun movie. I remember the first time I saw that and watched it in theaters. Now there's some pretty dark scenes in there, like talking about suicide and stuff, with slitting their wrists and stuff. But besides those dark scenes, there's some pretty funny stuff in there. Magua. Yes. Let's see, maybe a small butane torch would work to smooth too. Yes, that could work, but I have found using just a heat gun even sometimes will ruin the parts if you try to smooth them out that way. Now I have seen people, they'll use salt molds. It's kind of cool, is they will actually put the parts in pack salt and then stick the whole thing into a heated oven. And then heat it up past the temperature of the molten point and then let it reharden. And they've found sometimes that does work to strengthen them and stuff too. And a butane torch could work, but you could also destroy the plastic way too easy. I try not to make too many running changes during the production of these. I feel bad for the people that bought the first ones, because then if I keep changing them and making it better and better and better, and the first guys were like, man, I got shafted. I got the yucky one. The first ones Todd made. So I try not to do that if I can help it. I wonder if Samuel's joined us yet. Let's see. Good day there. Hey, Masterverse Toy Hunter. So for those that just joined, we are looking for good Christmas movies that I can show my family. Again, there's kids and adults, young kids, preteens, and older adults. So gotta find something that everyone will enjoy. Our usual go-to is Jingle All the Way. We've never seen the second one. I just can't bring myself to watch it because it's Larry the Cable Guy, I think. And it's like, come on, Larry the Cable Guy is not Arnold. Of course, most of you guys know Larry the Cable Guy is not Arnold, but... All right. Well, that came out rather well. Cool, cool. All right, I got all your parts in the box. Now just to fix the tabs on the top, bubble wrap them, and ship them out to you, man. They should go out today. There's Samuel, if you're watching. GamerBud says, what do you do with the leftover plastic? You take off the printed pieces. Can we send it somewhere to be turned back into usable spools? Yeah, that would be cool. There are some people that do that. I have searched online trying to find someone who does that. The Santa Claus movie, 1985. That is a fun one. And it's actually not a lot of plastic. As you can see, it's kind of almost see-through-ish. Of course, the light is shining on it, so you really can't tell. But once the light's not shining on it, I mean, it's still a waste, but it's not a total complete. Now, there are some parts that are a little thicker, right where it joins up. But yeah, I wish I had some sort of way to do it myself. I've seen people online do it where they chop it up and then throw it in some kind of machine that melts it all down and recreate spools. But I don't know if they would pay shipping for me to send them all to them. That would be cool. Elf and Christmas Vacation. Now, my oldest boy, he's a huge fan of Will Ferrell, so Elf is always one of his go-tos. Nice. I don't know if my wife would appreciate Elf so much, though, but that is a good one. Jason, I don't like the old stop motion doll movies. They look creepy to me. The lighting was always kind of dark and weird on those, wasn't it? It would make you mad. Wait. It would make me mad when a piece of print is off wrong when you waste all that plastic. How much does a spool of plastic go for? I ask because I'm thinking of getting a printer at some point. So, GamerBud, that's a really good question. The spools of plastic range greatly depending on what you're doing. If you get a specialty plastic, it could be as high as $50 a roll, which is kind of rare. The average price is around $30. A lot of the rolls I get around $34. Once in a while, I get some inexpensive rolls for as low as $17. But I found if you get a roll for $17, you're probably going to be fixing your printer. I made a mistake, bought some Amazon stuff for $24 a roll, and I ruined one printer and had to fix another one. So, Ernest Saves Christmas. Oh, Christmas with the Cranks while you were sleeping. Arthur Christmas. Nice. All right, well, thanks for the ideas, you guys. I appreciate it. This is the end of the video. Samuel, if you're out there, these are your parts right here. Boop. And I will get them all packed and ready. Love me some Ernest. How many rolls do you need to print off a whole set of castle parts? Let's see. The floors take one roll by themselves. And then all the walls together don't quite use a whole roll. But not enough to print another set of walls. So approximately two rolls. Now, because this is a different color, obviously you can't use the same roll because it's brown. So the brown one piece, you could probably print, I don't know, probably 25 of these on one roll. Yep. What takes the most amount of prints is the actual giant floor pieces. Those big floor pieces take a ton. It takes over half a roll just to do the one big square. All right, you guys, good journey. And that is all that I got. Oh, as far as scrap goes, right now it's not too bad. When I print the square floors, it's probably about 1 in 5 that I have to scrap. So not a lot of scrap. When I first started, it was a whole lot higher number than that. So, yep. I have 2 scrap ones now sitting next to my printer. It's like, oh. All right, you know what's funny? This figure here. When my kids were little, they had this figure, but he had like little pins in his arms and his legs, and I think in his waist. And you would take and you'd pull him apart and he'd become taller, and he had this weapon. Well, that figure's long gone, but I just happened to find the weapon for the figure and thought, you know what? I'm putting it in this guy. And it's funny, I could care less about this guy for the longest time, but then all of a sudden, once I added the weapon that belonged to my kids from their toys, now all of a sudden he's cool. And it's like, really? That's all it takes to make him cool is the original toy weapon that my boys had when they were little with their figure. But it's just kind of funny how just one little thing can offset your whole feeling about something. How bad is a scrap floor? You may be able to sell it as ruined floor. Well, let me show you guys the scrap floors I have. I have sold some before on eBay. Now, usually the way they get ruined is they don't finish printing. So, all it is then is just a big old square. So here is one of them. And it's very rough on top of here. And it was just destroying the printer. As it was hitting these high points, you could just hear it go bump and get stuck, and then you'd hear the whole printer start trying to lift. And the bottom though is pretty clean because that's where this is against the glass. But the top, and it's not quite thick enough yet, and you can see the sides are just rough as all get out because that printer was just spitting the plastic out all wrong. And so I had to take the printer apart and fix it and then print another one. And then this one, I'm really irritated. I ran out of plastic before it finished. And I was like, no. So it didn't air out. It didn't burn. It didn't ruin. It just ran out of plastic and it was almost done. It was so close. So close. And, but I wasn't keeping an eye on the plastic and it ran out before it finished printing it. So that is a bummer. So those are the two that I have right now that are scrapped. If you really want to get them, the shipping is spendy because it still costs a lot to ship them. Contact me on Facebook and said, yeah, I want your scrap. And I'll sell them to you relatively cheap. But again, you're stuck also paying for the shipping as well. And the shipping is like 20 bucks or something because of the weight and the size of it. So that's why I usually don't try to sell them usually because the shipping is outrageous. Yeah, I mean, it's not totally bad. I mean, you could take and fill it in with some kind of putty or something and finish it up yourself, but, you know, it's funny. This is the pattern on the inside of them, how it looks. Looks like some kind of filter or something like you'd have in your heater. Burr, burr. Don't adjust your television. We control the horizontal and the vertical. Do, 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 do. The outer limits. Anyway. Yep. Like I said, though, this one here is a lot thinner than it needs to be. So it would take a lot of addition. I mean, you could probably put a layer of foam underneath it or a layer of foam on top to make up the difference. But you can see the difference in the thickness between the two panels. That old show was good. I think I'm laughing because I don't think it was old when I was watching it, but yeah. All right, I am getting ready to make a Tila custom. Whoop, as you guys can see, with this sorcerer's figure. I'll probably make a video later on showing making it. It was a pretty easy custom, basically a couple Dremel fixes to it and popping it back together, but we'll see. All right, well, thanks for your help with the Christmas movies. I'll let you guys know what we end up deciding upon, and of course it's my wife's decision too, but I do appreciate you guys tuning in, and good journey, you guys. Thunder Kick Tila, where is she? There she is. Yep. She's hiding over there behind Battle Armor He-Man. She's in her signature kick move, ready to thunder kick anybody who needs a good kicking. Yes, you're probably wondering what is this? So for those that don't know, years ago somebody found out that on the bottom of this play set is the is this right here. And so I had my wife pick one up at the store. I opened it up, took pictures of it, and then had her take it back, and that was basically it. I was going to keep it, and then I thought, I don't need to keep it. Well, so then I decided to just get another one on eBay, and so I got this on eBay pretty cheap. And sure enough, there is the dungeon piece. And I saw someone online taking, and they made molds out of this, and I thought, you know what? That's pretty clever. Now, this is actually the cover for the batteries. So you can see mine is kind of a little bit warped. So I'm thinking about finding a way to either unwarp it or glue it in place temporarily, and then taking my 3D scanner and scan it in the best I can. And then once I get it scanned in, to take and stretch it this way so that it makes everything deeper, and see if that works pretty good. I'm guessing it will probably be pretty cool. And my goal was to see if I can shape it and make it work just right for the corner of the castle. Oh, my castle's over there. Let me go ahead and grab this so you guys can see potential future projects. So it will fit inside this corner right here. And what makes this corner interesting is that it has these walls that protrude out. And so I need to make it fit inside this little area here, and then also make it so that these do not interfere with the design of it at all. Now, I saw a guy online on Etsy that makes a really cool one that actually uses the sticker from the dungeon. And it's kind of a cool thing, is he actually made some kind of rock motif looking thing, and he has the gate on top and it opens, and then you put the sticker inside the bottom of it. And I was thinking, you know what, that's really clever. And so I'm not going to just take his design or steal it directly, but I'm going to try to use something maybe sort of similar. Maybe not have it open though, because we kind of hard all the hands hanging on. But using the idea of having it fit in here correctly into that area, and then also using this, but stretching out the Z dimension so that it actually has some girth and thickness to it. So that's my thoughts. And I wouldn't have thought about it, but somebody on Lounge Grayskull cleverly used it and cast the part and did a really good job on it. I mean, I was really impressed with what a good job they did. And that's where I kind of got the idea, was seeing that what they did. I don't know if mine's going to work or not. I would suggest, though, buy his, because his is really cool the way he did it. And if I am successful in a year or two, you can always pick up one of mine too if you want to. But don't wait for mine, because it's just still so unformed, the idea. And I'm guessing after I scan it in, I'm going to have to remake it all anyway, a lot of it. Which usually what happens when I scan stuff in. Usually I spend more time remodeling it than I actually do using the exact scan. So just an idea I wanted to try. It's still just barely baked at all, so it may not even work. It may end up being too much effort than it's worth. And who knows? Mattel might make something for us that's better than the one we got from the PowerCon figures. Any scrap walls? Nope, I've already sold all the scrap walls. I do have some scrap of these ones though, not the resin ones, but some gray ones that are in pretty bad shape. And I've sold a couple of them for like 25 a piece, I think. Let me show you. I only got one left. Thought I had more. But I printed them in a lower quality and they just look awful. So you take a look and I'll show you the difference. So this is the one that I don't like because it's too rough and stuff. And then check out the new ones and you can see the quality is just so much better between them. And I cannot stand it when somebody makes 3D parts online and they just look like this and they sell them that way. It's like, dude, fix your resolution. And, you know, I mean, granted, mine still looks yucky and choppy and everything else. Don't get me wrong. Mine aren't perfect because they're not resin coated, which if you get raw, you know, that's what you get. But it's a lot better. I even look at between these two here. So look at the bricks on this one and then the bricks on this one. I mean, it's a huge difference in the quality. And so these ones, like I said, I was just getting rid of these for 25 a piece. They don't come with lights. They don't come with any of the flames or anything else. You just get the hunk of plastic, and that's it. All right, what was the question somebody had? What playset's that from? This playset is it the Sorceress Apprentice? I don't know. It's from Imagine X. And I think it has the word sorceress in it if you want to search for it. But I don't remember what the actual name of the playset was now. But I think it had, like I said, the word sorceress, and it's a Imagine X. So Imagine X makes some cool stuff. I was really hoping they would make a whole He-Man line. That would have been perfect. I mean, can you imagine handing your grandkids or your nieces and nephews or your own kids this Castle Grayskull made out of this kind of plastic and those cool little guys? I mean, they could make a Castle Grayskull the same size they gave us for Origins, but in this kind of material, and it would totally rock. And they got some cool features. You put the guy's feet in here, spinning around, and things pop open, and things happen, and things spin, and and the people that made these, they like Masters of the Universe because they made that on the bottom. So, little Easter eggs for us adults to find. You buy them for your kids. Let's see. The Soul Mind says, "Hey Todd." Hey. Robert says, "Hi Todd. What's the best way to contact you for getting a wait list for new orders?" The best way is the link in the description for my Facebook. Just reach out on Facebook and contact me. That's the best way to get a hold of me. Other people have tried using eBay to get a hold of me. If you do that, you tie my hands. I have to sell it to you on eBay because of their rules and restrictions, which then make life a whole lot harder to try to figure out the whole waitlist thing and what you want to order and everything else. So please just contact me on Facebook. If you want to buy it through eBay later, just let me know. Oh, my microphone's not lined up. Just let me know, and I can then stick it on eBay as a buy it now if you don't want to deal with me directly on Facebook. But first contact me on Facebook to get on the wait list, and then I'll put the auction up for you. Let's see. Alf says, "I'm making one more run of those." Oh, it was Alf that made them. Nice. You sold 13? Excellent, man. Good job. And Alf, that was a really cool idea to cast them. Like I said, I've seen it before. I just never thought of casting it. That is really clever, man. And they turned out great. If yours did not come out so great, I wouldn't have even bought this to think of it as a potential idea. Yes, there are a few Imagine X figures that have Moto influences. That is true. I think the guy that came with this actually looks kind of like Skeletor or Keldor or something, if I remember right. I have a Too Bad style guide. Pretty cool. Nice. All right. Well, I've been jabbering on way too long. So like and subscribe. Tell your friends. And I will see you next video. If you want to share my videos, share the one about the giant 4-foot Castle Grayskull AR that I did. That one seems to be taking off, so it's kind of cool. It's got me quite a few new subscribers, so that was a good one. All right, and wow, 42 minutes. Usually these packing videos take 5-10 minutes. I gotta hurry and get this packed before my post office closes. Let's see. Alf says, "Thanks, Todd. I had fun with those now, all into resin." Nice. Yeah, those looked really good, man. They're really cool looking. Yeah, if I can't get this scanned in right, I might have to buy one from you to scan it. So, and that did cross my mind to see if you were into selling me one of yours so I can use it for scanning if I can't get a good solid scan on this. Let's see, did I miss any questions? I just got my extra castle, so I was wondering a floor and wall, laughing out loud. That's funny. Well, Mike, you know what to do, man. Contact me on Facebook. Oh. What is that playset? I might want that for my Little Subjects collection. Nice, Jason. Thighs tell no lies, Giraffe. All right, let's bring her out. Thunder kick, Tila. There we go. Of course, she's kicking just at the wrong height. I need to raise her up a little bit. Gotta do a flying kick. There we go. Oh. Just do a little bit more bend on him. There we go. You know, I guess this would be like, there we go. It looks better going forward instead of back. Like he was hitting the gut. Ooh. See, she's one tough cookie, man. Don't mess with Thunder Kick Tila. Mike, I know. All right. All right, you guys. Anyway, that is all that I have. Thunder, thunder, Thunder Kick Tila. Oh. Bye now.